Have you noticed that your cat follows you to the bathroom? It doesn't matter if you're looking for a quiet moment or just trying to escape for a few minutes from the noise of the day. There he is, sitting in front of the door or even inside the bathroom, watching you with those bright, curious eyes. At first, it may seem like a minor annoyance, but over time, you begin to wonder, why does he do it? What does this behavior really mean? If you've experienced something similar with your cat, you're not alone. Today, I'll tell you a personal story that helped me understand the deep relationship we share with these enigmatic and loving beings. My cat, Luna, is a feline like few others. Since she came into my life, she always showed an independent character, that typical behavior that makes us think that cats only seek out their humans when it suits them. But there was something that always caught my attention. Every time I went into the bathroom, no matter the time of day or night, she would appear like clockwork. At first, I considered it a simple feline curiosity, one more of her many peculiarities. However, over time, I realized that there was something deeper behind this habit. Has this ever happened to you with your cat? Tell me about it in the comments, because what I discovered with Luna could be happening in your home, too. I remember one day in particular, a day that seemed to be like any other. I came home after a long and exhausting day at work. My mind was busy. The stress of work was weighing on my shoulders, and all I wanted was a little peace. I locked myself in the bathroom, hoping to find a few minutes of quiet. And as always, Luna was there. But this time, something was different. It wasn't just her presence that surprised me, but the way she looked at me. Her eyes, normally filled with curiosity, seemed to reflect something else, something I hadn't noticed before. Concern. That day, Luna didn't just sit near the door as usual. She came closer, gently brushing her body against my legs, as if she was trying to comfort me. It was at that moment that I realized that somehow she understood that I was not well. Her behavior was not simple curiosity. It was something much deeper. It was her way of being by my side, of giving me her silent support at a time when, without realizing it, I needed it. Have you noticed that your cat also seems to know when you need company, even before you ask for it? If so, I'd love to hear your story. Over time, I began to observe Luna's behavior more closely. Whenever I felt tired, stressed, or even sad, she was there without fail. She would sit next to me, purring softly, as if her mere presence could dissipate the weight on my shoulders. She didn't speak, of course, but she didn't need to. Her gaze, her subtle gestures were all I needed. It was a reminder that sometimes love and support don't require words. They just need to be there, present, at the right times. What I discovered about my cat surprised me profoundly. For a long time, I had thought cats were solitary, aloof creatures, not emotionally dependent on humans the way dogs are. But Luna taught me that this is not true. Her behavior, her way of following me to the bathroom, of accompanying me in moments of solitude, was her way of telling me that she was with me, that even if I didn't ask for it, she knew when I needed her company. Over time, I began to do more research on this behavior. I wanted to better understand what drives cats to follow their owners to the bathroom. I discovered that, although many people attribute it to feline curiosity, there is something much deeper behind this habit. Cats are incredibly sensitive creatures to their owners' emotions. Although they don't always show it in an obvious way, they are able to sense subtle changes in our behavior and mood. By following us, they are showing a form of care and protection that we often don't recognize. Why do cats follow us to the bathroom? The answer, according to my experience and what I have learned, has a lot to do with their instinct and their need for companionship. The bathroom is a place where we spend intimate moments, and for them, Being there means being part of those private moments. They follow us because they trust us, because they seek our presence as much as we seek theirs. I remember a conversation I had with a close friend who also has a cat. He told me that his cat did the same thing, and he saw it as simple feline curiosity. But after hearing my story, he realized that his cat also followed him at times when he needed it most, such as when he was sick or stressed. It was at that moment that we both understood that this behavior was actually a sign of unconditional love. Have you noticed that your cat seems to be more present when you're not feeling well? Tell me in the comments. I'm sure many people have had similar experiences, and by sharing them, we can learn more about these amazing beings that accompany us. Luna became my shadow, not only in the bathroom, but in almost every important moment of my day-to-day life. Whenever I felt lonely, whenever I needed a break from the outside world, there she was. And although at first it might have seemed like a nuisance, over time I began to value those little moments. I realized that her presence was not just a routine or a habit. It was a sign of her loyalty and affection. It was his way of telling me, "I'm here for you, no matter what." One of the biggest lessons I learned from Luna is that companionship doesn't always have to be loud or flashy. Sometimes we just need someone to be there, quietly, accompanying us in times of loneliness. And cats, despite their reputation for being independent, are masters of this art. Luna taught me that true loyalty is not always expressed in words or grandiose gestures. Sometimes it shows in the smallest moments, in the simplest gestures, like following you to the bathroom. What did Luna teach me? That love and loyalty manifest themselves in many ways. Sometimes, in the silent presence of a cat that is simply there, watching you with those eyes full of understanding and affection. And although it may seem trivial, it is in those small moments that we find the most profound lessons about life, love, and the connection we share with our animals. Luna became my shadow, not only in the bathroom, but in almost every important moment of my day-to-day life. Whenever I felt lonely, whenever I needed a break from the outside world, there she was. And although at first it might have seemed like a nuisance, over time I began to value those little moments. I realized that her presence was not just a routine or a habit. It was a sign of her loyalty and affection. It was his way of telling me, "I'm here for you, no matter what." One of the biggest lessons I learned from Luna is that companionship doesn't always have to be loud or flashy. Sometimes we just need someone to be there, quietly, accompanying us in times of loneliness. And cats, despite their reputation for being independent, are masters of this art. Luna taught me that true loyalty is not always expressed in words or grandiose gestures. Sometimes it shows in the smallest moments, in the simplest gestures, like following you to the bathroom. What did Luna teach me? That love and loyalty manifest themselves in many ways. Sometimes in the silent presence of a cat that is simply there, watching you with those eyes full of understanding and affection. And although it may seem trivial, it is in those small moments that we find the most profound lessons about life, love, and the connection we share with our animals. The next time your cat follows you to the bathroom or simply sits next to you in silence, take a moment to reflect. That small gesture, which we often overlook, is her way of telling you that she loves you, that she is there for you, no matter the circumstances. In a world full of noise and distractions, cats remind us of the importance of presence, of being there for those we love, even when we don't ask for it. If your cat follows you to the bathroom, he's probably looking to strengthen his bond with you. Don't reject him. Give him a space where he can feel comfortable near you. Observe his behavior at other times in your life. If he seems clingier than usual, he may be trying to tell you that something is wrong with you or his environment. Appreciate those little moments of connection. Although they may seem like a nuisance at times, they are proof that your cat sees you as an important part of his life. Does your cat also follow you to the bathroom or behave similarly at other times in your life? Tell me in the comments about your experience. I'd love to know how your cat shows his affection towards you. If the same thing has happened to you with your cat, give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this one. Turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming stories about the amazing world of our feline companions. See you in the next video. Thanks for